If it's a yellow tag pig, that's a gilt. In the rest of the pigs that's not first round or white or yellow tag gilts will be white tags. So that way online you guys can see and kind of tell by the color of the tag what we have. It should be a little easier for you. So one other thing that we want to mention, a lot of you know that the struggles that my wife has had in the last year or so with her health, and it's been really tough for us as far as what we went through. Jenna and Jenna and myself have come to a decision that a lot of people have asked, why hasn't Big Paul been here? Why wasn't at the last sale? Why haven't we had that apparel deal that we've done for years and that she's created and put a lot of time and effort in? We have decided to sell that because of her health issues, and it didn't come easy. It was real hard for her, and that was something that she loved dear, and it's just part of life and something that we're going through. Jenna's doing well. And we're very, very happy that she's here tonight. If you knew last year that she wasn't able to come into the barn. So health issues have got a lot better. But with that being said, she's not able to travel as much. We're not being able to go into pig barns and be able to do Big Paul justice. But she wanted to sell it or offer it to a group that we felt like would do a good job with it and take it on down the road and understand the industry like they do. So I'll read what these people texted us to say, and what they wanted us to say was, Big Paul is joining the showpig.com family. Kevin and Megan went, and the kids are all entire crew are very excited about taking Big Paul on down the road. So we appreciate what they've done. Jenna was so excited and happy to have it go to a group that will do it justice, take it down the road, grow it. I guess a lot of people say, well, it's just an apparel store, but it wasn't to us, and especially not to my wife. So we're very, very happy that they're going to take it. They're going to have it at more shows than what we were able to take it to, and we're very excited for them, and we appreciate them very much. So with that being said, we're ready to start this preview. We're going to turn it over to Kelton. If you knew last time what Kelton did and the job he did, he does very good at explaining the pigs to you online. He's going to continue to do that tonight. Last time took a little bit longer, and we've had some people say, well, that was took some time to do, but to do it justice, we feel like that's the way we need to do it. So if you're here or if you're at home sitting in your comfy chair, sit back and really study the pigs. I think you're going to be very amazed at what you see. This is a very good group. So we'll turn it over to Kelton and Boyson Show Pigs, and we'll get started.
Well, good evening again. It's certainly a pleasure to be here, and an awesome set of pigs there. Obviously, Mark and Jenna and the crew always put so much time and effort into Kings of the Hill, and for me, an event that is always one of those that I look forward to every year. Was able to be in the ground level of starting things there, and for me, kind of set the precedence, and I think for the industry, set a precedence of what elite show pig sales need to be like. This Kings #2, an awesome event here. We went through them earlier, and it was a lot of fun to see them kind of casually come through the ring. Like I said, this preview tonight is highly focused and intended for the guys online to be able to study the pigs there, the ones that couldn't be in attendance or trying to get a game plan for tomorrow. We know it's a busy time there. Everybody's in school and football. We've got State Fair coming up, and there's a lot of shows that these are targeted to across the country there. So again, we'll try to move through things in an organized fashion. Christy and the girls there in the office did an awesome job getting this binder put together. At the same time, give it due justice so that you can evaluate the pigs there. But we start with Kel Boyson and family here, and an awesome way to kick off things. This little blue guy came in the ring early, or I guess was the first one that stuck his head in, and he knew this was going to be a good preview. That is tag 23. He's out of Ruthless, back on a backdrop, Dirty Secret Sow, and I can tell you, yeah, we're the first pig of the preview, but I don't know that we have any of them any stouter about their skull, any bolder about their blade, and bigger about their arm. And then if you study that one's rear leg, his bend in, and function is awesome. He's grooved up top, but still has a feed and muscle pattern. That is an awesome one. I don't call him a big framed one. Take him easy and go things right. I don't care if he's blue, if he's belted, what show we're intending him to there. That's an awesome individual there. The other one in the ring there that we have is the Berkshire individual. That one is tag 88, a boar pig that's out of To the Moon, back on family jewel sow. That sow is top shelf's mother, and so obviously bred extremely good there. A very feedable kind of a Berkshire bear. If you just study how good he blends from his shoulder to his forerib to the mid portion of his body, and then particularly his ham loin hookup, that one's transitions are awesome. I think his maturity pattern is right. A very stout, square built one that's good about his joint worth. Boyson always brings a really good set. I think these are two as good as I've seen them bring out this fall for sure. Next one in the ring will be Boyson's gilt entry here. Another Ruthless on a no intro sow here. That Ruthless boar we'll see several times tonight, and in my travels just in the last 10 days or so, I've probably seen as many Ruthless pigs surface as ones that look like they could feed and then just have that stout, rugged look about them. This crossbred gilt here is tag number 59. I think there's only maybe 16 or 17 gilts there in the offering, maybe various sizes that'll sell tomorrow there in the second round. But this one may be truly a form. There's what the barrel was, stout and wide between his eyes, got a big chest floor laid in her. Again, great big rib cage. She's wide going, but keeps everything in bounds. Really, really good gilt there. Again, we've liked Boyson's pigs all fall. The first Kings, they were extremely powerful and good. I think these kind of set the tone for the rest of the preview extremely well. Thanks to Kel and his family for bringing a really good trio. Next in is mock show hogs here, and again we started off in a stout fashion, and then this black-legged one rolled in here, and Nick and Neil and the family there, obviously synonymous with quality, with champions, and with ones that have no excuse for anything. We're bringing the absolute best out here. Truly one of the best evaluators in the entire country or for forever there, and he dropped in. I just knew by body language, I knew he kind of came in that he was proud of this pig, and I think anybody would there. That's tag number 5. We ended up sticking him right there at the very top, but I'm not so sure he's not as top as any of them there. Out of 30-3, which is the boar he's got at his house. Ruthless, his littermate brother there that he's gone. And again, if you study this one's shape to his shoulder, forearm, knee, and where his front foot placed. He's unique for, I think, pigs in the system right now. That one's bite shape is awesome. His feeding muscle texture is right. That is a ginormous rear leg that's hairy, that functions, that works. Nick's proud of that pig, and he definitely should be. This isn't lip service at all. That's one of my favorite ones that we've seen come out thus far. Little one there in the ring there, the full belted one. I guess Hampshire classifying, we'd call that one there is tag 70. That one is out to Lead the Way. Obviously a very prominent boar there in the industry right now that's probably had as many high sellers as any of them this time. Lead the Way. That one's mother is tricked out. Maybe just a little bit greener in his muscle pattern, but probably right for where he sits here today. I love his extension. I think he fits both OIE and Houston guys extremely well. Very good footed kind of a barrow there. Again, maturity pattern's right, design is right. Two incredible individuals from Mock Show Hogs. Tag number 5 is the leadoff. Tag 70 is the full belted one here leaving the ring. G&S Swine Farm is Swine Farm here is the next firm in here. We start with tag 18. That's a 48.8 notch pig there out of Driving Force, back on a never before dirty South sow. And as we kind of go through here, some guys wrote just a bit more, and we'll work through the descriptions. But this one's Dan was a high selling bred purchased from Premium Blend several years ago. Incredible job, every single litter there. The Dirty South's grandma was the grand overall gilt of the 2019 World Pork Expo there. And again, an awesome individual. That's the blue tag, tag number 18. This one's, again, has a traditional look of what Garrett tends to bring out in terms of look and skull shape. I think one of those that reads long out of his hip and bendy about his back leg, a chromed up one there that's still at the same time looks like has an awesome presence about him. Very, very powerful. You know, just kind of, you can only glean off of a personal experience there. I bought one out from GNS out of the First Kings, out of the second ring. Sold that to a family down the road and visited him a couple days ago, and that pig looks absolutely incredible. This pig actually resembles that one quite a bit in terms of design, maybe just even bolder about his rib. The gilt there is tag 57. That one's out of the extremely popular Trick Daddy boar, back on a next contestant, Checkmate Sow. The dam is an impressive individual, mother of the many-time champion in Illinois and Ohio, the Summer Fall for Harrell and the Hempel families. Grandma raised the reserve, or the fourth overall, crossbred barrow at Ohio. She won, the great-grandmother won the Easter Regional for Mark Gray. Very shapely, very trendy kind of a gilt there. Looks like one of those you get it on the feeder and let her flesh be awfully good there. We round out the offerings from GNS, so tag 82. That's the narrow belted male there that Garrett has in the center of the ring. Again, a Trick Daddy, next contestant, never before is what that one's pedigree reads. And this one was targeted for this sale from the start, as he says here. The grandma raised Trick Pony that we sold at Hoff Schulte a couple years ago. The dam is a mate to our $24,000 PT barrow from a few years ago, as well as the successful barrow shown by the Inman family there in Oklahoma. You know, again, as we kind of go through the offering tonight, the consigners told us kind of what order they want to run things in. We kind of put together somewhat of a sale order as we kind of came through, but with a deep offering here, you better not shy away from those ones that run just a little bit deeper. If you run these three in here, I'm not so sure that I don't gravitate to that thin belted one in terms of mass up high, pin set, and being a really wide constructed one there. Again, take him at the right pace, manage him in the right fashion. That looks like what champion barrows need to be built like. Again, a really good trio here from GNS. I think we're going to see quite a few of them here. Couple males and a gilt there offering that'll be right there at the very top end of the set. Gossett comes in here next, and we're going to lead off here with a belted male blue tag, which is tag 46, or lot 46 here, sired by Tricked Out 3. Back on a still 4 skull and bone sow. Just kind of a note here, he is a Crypt Orchid pig there, but quality is extremely good. He's a greener made one in my mind, and maybe just a bit more immature than some of them, which he should at this particular stage. I know we've been selling pigs for I don't know how long now, but if you think about it, we've got several months until those March shows roll up. This pig's exactly the right size, I think, to feed into that. Love his jawline. If you get right on top of him, that is an aggressive loin edge that starts right outside of his blade. Big, expressive upper hip there, and just position where he can feed extremely good. Again, consigners told us what order they wanted to go, maybe traditional to sit a male, but when a Poland comes in with this kind of quality, I'd say we might have messed things up, because I think this one looks like one of those that could feed into having a banner type quality. Tag 107 is the Poland male. He's out of Head Start, back on a due process sow. Grandam is the mother of the champion Poland and 4th overall at Ohio State Fair in 23. That one's relationship in terms of height of shoulder, extension of front end, and then shortness or length of body, however we want to term that, is extremely unique, not just for that breed, but any of them there. I call him a long muscled when you get in behind, and in that breed, I think that's where they've got to start. He's squaring on his corners. His passions are set up right. He's stout about his skull, but good about his jawline. I think we've seen several good Polands out. That one's pretty unique in my mind for that breed. Again, that's tag 107, and then blue tag, the lead off from Gossett, is tag 46 in the belted male.
Yeah, we'll see.
Korb Farms, David Korb is next in the ring again with a trio here that I think obviously no introduction to having competitive show pigs and ones at the very highest level. His lead off there is the blue tag again, as each one of them will be. That's tag 24, the thinner belted male here in the center of the ring. That's out for blood on a no-huddle sow there, and I guess if we studied things this summer and fall, I think there's been as many that I would term feedable, practical kind of a pigs out for blood that still have some extras to work, and this guy falls right into suit. I love this one's hip and rear leg design. His forerib shape is awesome. Again, he blends smoothly. He's level on his top line. He's level on his underline. Everything's in check, and yet still he's stout when he enters the ring there and still big about his arm. That's one of those, if you could project him up and say that's what they're going to look at 270, it's going to be tough to turn that one for sure. The other one in the ring there will be the one that he's going to round out with. That's going to be tag 89 and the chromed up male. That one's out of Tricked Out 3 on an Anchorman sow. That one of the pair, and too many times we compare them at a pig sale like they show together. These would be in different classes and different breeds as we go. But just talking about that one individually, that one is extremely bold about his chest, big and round and robust about his rib, and that sets the stage for a big broad back. He too's functional behind, very, very powerful. It takes muscular, stout ones like him to get along there in the big ring, and I think he's definitely positioned to do so. Obviously, a chromed up dark cross or other cross, wherever we sit him, there come the later shows. But again, that's tag 89, and the lead off from Korb is tag 24. Bedeker Farms, Bryce Bedeker and Firm comes in here next with a trio of red ones that we were actually in the back. Like I said, I think we might have done a poor job putting together sale order. We just try to kind of mix things up, breed-wise, size-wise, and things that go together. And but one of the comments there with the 5 or 6 of them to go, that this might be the very best set of pigs there that are come in the ring. At a very popular group there at Kings One, and this set looks like they're just positioned right there where the last ones do. We always look forward to seeing these because I think they're positioned from a size and maturity and build standpoint for red ones where they need to be. Bryce's leadoff pig is tag number 20. That's the one up front that he's driving right now. Out of limited edition. That one's mother is a bocce. Deal with it, Sal. Again, I made the comment a couple times. Everybody's going to ask what my favorite pig was. Kings One. He was the one that had that slot that I was able to match there. Like I say, I think this one fits to have that unique look up ahead of his blade and still be that correct in his front structure, that square about his sternum and a hind leg that functions. Again, I think his maturity pattern fits right. Whether he's a boar, whether he's a barra, that one's got to command a lot of attention there. The gilt there is a 41 letter. Her tag number is 58. Her pedigree reads limited edition as well on a crybaby sow. Extra tall fronted, very, very long ahead of her blade. Extremely level out of her hip there, but I think uniquely long from her stifle back. Again, muscle patterns where it looks like she'll feed. Also comment ringside during that initial kind of casual preview was, look at her underline. We don't have gilts that are made that way that still have that high quality of an underline that looks like females should. Whether you have any merit or that in that or not, that's just another quality that adds to her, but that is an extremely, extremely good one. We round out the trio here from Bedeker with tag 84, limited edition, Kaboom, Drop Zone is the way that one's pedigree reads. That's the one on the far side of the ring there, and that one may be truly the stoutest jawed. I think that one's for sure the biggest arm, the boldest rib, the most advanced from just a width of skeleton perspective. I think, again, managed in the right home in the right place. That one's hind leg still functions, and he may be the choice of many. Again, that's tag 20 would be the leadoff. Boar pig, tag 58 is a gilt. Round out Bedeker's offerings with tag 84. Stauffer's in next, S&K, and obviously for several years, generations, and decades, he's had competitive show stock, and then just this sale season, maybe have topped almost every sale. I don't know what the record is as we kind of go through there, but continually brings them. I always enjoy visiting with Levi there in the back, and his passion that he's brought to the operation. I know the family at home is proud of what they bring out, and those guys there. No question, they're always some of the stoutest constructed, for sure the biggest legged ones there, and this one fits right in the mix there. This is tag number 6. He's out of Driving Force, back on an Affliction sow. The Affliction sow is a mate to the 5th overall or division gilt at Expo in 23, and then that one's grandmother is out of Never Before, and then again of those ones the Stauffer's have brought, this one matches rear leg stoutness, rear foot design, and just how big he is at his foundation. That one is so comfortable of his hip and his rear leg. I think a neat colored one there, the proportions good, and just if you just threw all 120 of them out here and said pick out which one is Stauffer's, I might have said this is the S&K entry right here. Tag number 6 looks like all the rest of them there. We took him 6th in the sale instead of 1st here. I was going to say he's still got a pretty nice price tag and a very happy owner come tomorrow evening there. A good way to kick off S&K Show Pigs offerings here. Tag 52 would be the yellow tag, gilt right here, and again, a gilt there from Stauffer. That it seems like they brought out about one individual at each one of the sales. Has been some of the most highlighted female offerings that we have that come out here. This one is directly out of Buckle Up, obviously the wildly popular and successful boar there at Premium Blend, and this one's actually again out of an Affliction sow, back on a Never Before. I guess the way that pedigrees read there, that would probably be a littermate sows to that leadoff pig there. And so a good sow family, a good sow base. What I've admired about the Stauffer gilts there is they look like show gilts. They can command some banners and some championships throughout the winter. Think about the resale value come OIE or maybe even San Antonio time or this spring. Maybe you could even reach them just a bit further, but they look like sows that could generate and make that next generation of boars or barrows as you go. Of the ones that I've seen S&K bring, this one may be the most aggressive about her back shape, the most expressive about her hip, maybe even just the most scripted up through her front end. I think a really neat gilt there that puts a lot of the S&K stoutness with a really classy look. We'll round out to S&K's offerings here with tag 71. That's the more chromed up male pig offer, obviously here that Levi is on. That's out of Tricked Out 4. And then again, I guess another littermate sow. Is that where we're at? Goes back to the grandma, same sow as we kind of go through here. Again, found a firm there that understands foundation sows, understands how to breed a program. That's why they're successful every single season. And right now, I think maybe as dominant of a firm that there is. That one, again, buried down a little bit further in the way. I don't know for sure, just from a feeding perspective, reaching that one long-term into March, if that tag 71 isn't my favorite of the trio there. Good job again, Levi and crew. The entire set here is awesome. A great way to come out here in Kings 2 and follow up with a phenomenal fall. Hoff Schulte is next here, and this is tag number 28. Tag 28, and there I was able to go earlier in the fall, and this litter was absolutely incredible. It'd be the 29 litter. This would be 29.7 for farm visitors here, but blue tag 28 there at Kings 2. This one is out of Surrounded, the Buckle Up son that's just done a phenomenal job, and for me, probably of all the descendants there, have made them as good and correct out of their hip and rear leg, and combining with a dense hair coat, a black dark skin pigment with the right kind of feature there, and a feedable look about them. This Surrounded pig is out of an in-gamed hero mother. That mother was reserve grand at the All Iowa Showdown for the Stein family. The grandmother had made a cell maker at OIE for Padron in 22. The great mother the great-grandmother produced the Grand Gilt at Tulsa in 18. And so rich in terms of championship bloodlines there. Hofschulte never brings out just a ton of them to a live sale. I know that family pretty well and know their attitude, their competitiveness, I guess is what we'd say. They always demand to have as much as any of them and want to bring stuff they're proud of. I know Chris and Nick and Philip and the entire family's proud of this one here. He may be truly as stout-skulled, as big-ribbed, and as mobile as any of them that we've seen. He's a little more advanced in terms of size, but look like his feeding window will be awesome there. Dark pigmented, hairy, and made extremely good. Hofschulte's tag 28. Steve and Mark Gray Show Pigs is next, and I think a really good individual here. We don't have as many blowing smokes in this set as what we did in the first Kings, or maybe we saw earlier in the fall, but this one's very true to form. Tag number 37, the off-belted male here again is out of blowing smoke. The mother's a roll call kingpin. It's the litter mate to the lead off at the farm sale, as well as Mark's entry there at the she sale this week. And this is the dam's gilt litter. Again, Grandma has a litter mate to Octagon. The great grandma is the mother of Little Bro and King of the Hill. And so great pedigree there. Again, the blowing smokes there from the very first sale that we started there in July. They were stamped with look of quality about their front end. A great hip design with a really, really aggressive back shape. They were hairy and they were dense, and they looked like ones of those that would just have presence there. Honestly, of all the blowing smokes that I've seen at live sales, this one may be the longest out of his upper hip, as level in his rump set as any of them there. And again, he's got just a little more size than some of them that have entered the sale ring, and still he's got that extra look that blowing smokes have there. Again, Mark brought a really good entry out of a great litter, obviously a good sow, an awesome grandmother there. Lineage is there to go, and he's not one to maybe show quite as well, but a really good off-belted one here. Mark Gray Show Pigs, tag number 37 out of blowing smoke. Winter Livestock, Tanner and Sam Winter in next, and we've got a pair of breed pigs here, and probably of all the firms I've been able to go to this summer and fall, maybe visited Winters as much as any of them, and enjoyed every single visit. I've said it at each one of the sales. I've said it to them before. They do things their way, and they do the things they want to do, and have assembled a set of livestock there across multiple breeds there that make sense, that will feed, that they believe in, and again are very convicted in what they produce there. I'm going to say that Tanner maybe is excited, or maybe is passionate that this Poland pig can get big things done as any of them that he sold here, and wouldn't disagree. That one is tag 29, which is his lead off there, out of Head Start. The mother's out of a part in the interruption. Never would I guess, this is what Tanner wrote, never would I guess 60 days ago that Poland boar would be a future consignment for Kings of the Hill. We're excited about this one as any of them. Perfect colored, incredible combination of extreme pieces. And what I would reiterate is what he said right here, an absolute bulletproof build. And we've seen several Polands. Like I said, I don't know that we've seen any of them have that spread, that kind of mass, that's got that kind of set and comfort to their rear leg, and still a jerk neck, and a really, really neat kind of an individual there. Again, whether we're going to OIE or Houston or where our destination is, maybe that one's a boar, I don't know. Tag 29, I know those guys are really excited about that one. The Chester program there is equally has been deep and good from the very beginning. That one is tag 92. Out of Chunk, which is a hired gun son there at Winter Livestock, back on a hired gun sow, and like I say, these Chesters have been awesome. They've built that program extremely hard, and extremely good. Each one of those groups have had Chester litters that again offered a bold rib shape. the correct muscle pattern. If you study the hip and rear leg design of both of these individuals, they mimic each other because they're going to function. This is the kind that Tanner and Sam want to assemble there. Keaton's back at home, I'm sure, doing a lot of the work there and always putting things in behind the scenes. I've really enjoyed working with these guys. They've got awesome livestock that do feed, they do eat, they do perform. Really good pair of breed pigs. Tag 29 is the Poland, tag 92 is the Chester. Goss Livestock is in next, and Blake is on the lead off here. We've got a blue tag, tag number 14 is the lead off here by Goss's, and obviously just kind of come tongue in cheek and cliche to say no, it needs no introduction, but I guess I'd like you to reflect back on any state fair, any major show, any county fair, or any maybe show that you go to that Goss isn't one of the prevailing winners there at the very, very top end. And these guys hustle harder than anybody, are as knowledgeable and as passionate as any of them that there is, and and that's why they win at the highest level and at every show that they go to. I was at Goss's last week. This was one of the very first pigs I saw, and Blake was so excited about bringing him out. He's out of Make It Rain, and to be real honest with you, I felt like I was a little bit under a rock, or maybe just being a little naive. I hadn't seen the Make It Rain pigs there. I guess one of my very next stops was Colson's, and I told him how much I liked those pigs, and I thought that sire was going to get heard from there. I think he's going to be a very great generating boar there. This tag 14 is out of Make It Rain on an unashamed sow. This is a first litter mother. The mother would have raised a reserve division champion at Arizona National, 4th division overall gilt. She's a litter mate to Paradise. That's at Genetic Edge there as well. An indestructible one from a build perspective. Body shape is absolutely as ideal as I think you could ever have a prospect here. Still reads immature and yet stout. Feet and legs are perfect. Muscle shape is right. Obviously, we don't need to swell Blake's head on what this one looks like. You can really decide where his value is. I know he's very, very proud and expects that one to get a backdrop picture there come the winter, or maybe he gets a boar stud destination. Awesome pig out of Make It Rain. The other individual here is 79, and again, I hate comparing pigs that are in the ring. This one's out a heavy hitter, and there's no firm in the country that's put more faith in heavy hitter, that believes that they work at their program more than Goss's. He said it at every sale, or that group has said it. He just clicks, he just works on their sows. This one's mother is out of In-Game, back on Roll Call's mom. And again, like I said, I hate comparing them, but if you get these two in the ring, that one's even bolder, even stouter, even wider, and maybe even just a bigger backed and bigger ended than even that leadoff is. Looks like one of those that could have the mass and power, and yet still his angles read like one that'll feed. Again, awesome pair there. Goss Livestock, tag 14, tag 79 is the white tag male. Day Family Show Pigs is in next, and you know, a group here, a family that is just synonymous again with champions that feed and that work, and able to see their kids and then their clients show. And I've made the comment a few times. Again, probably get tired of hearing personal stories there, but I was able to judge the district show there several different times, and Justin was in the ring. We got done with the Hamps and go to lunch, and we were kind of talking about how good they were and how deep they were, and I don't know how it all got brought up, but he said pretty humbly he basically had every class winner and dominated the show there, had never said a word in the ring or anything there, and just awesome what that program has done there for several different years. again, like I said there on Stoffers, if you said you threw all 120 out and said there's two individuals that Day family brought, these would be two that I'd pluck out that fit their style and fit their kind and fit their feedable look. There, the blue tag is the full belted male there. That is tag 17 out of Wide Awake. That one's mother is a Daylight in-game kingpin. The dam is a litter mate to Modern Day, and in reserve grand and 4th overall gilts at Tulsa. So again, reiterate that. This belted male, tag 17, is out of Modern Day's mother, or is out of Modern Day's litter mate, as well as litter mate to the reserve grand and 4th overall gilts at Tulsa. I judged that show, obviously right there in the mix there. I would say Modern Day at Colson's might be one of the premier sires, if not the premier sire of the fall. Stamps big-bodied, heavy skeleton, flexible, feedable pigs there that are dense and square. I don't know for sure if this one isn't as big or legged as any of them. Awesome genetics there. The solid black one, I've made this comment several different times. Black is only undesirable at sale time. Because if you look at those numbers that have won and gotten banners and they get to the backdrop, there's as many black ones as any of them. There's not a judge in the country that's going to say black is bad. Only buyers say that there. This is another Wide Awake out of a Daylight Kingpin. Dam's a keeper gilt from a year ago out of the mother of day drinking. Awesome black pig there. Mimics each other. They look very similar in terms of body type. They're bred very similar there. Take your pick. Belted one is 17. Solid black one is 81. Day family show pigs. Colson Show Pigs is next. Evan Green in the ring. I know Chelsea there. I saw Monty earlier, and I think brought the crew. I know they're proud of this group. There again, another firm that enjoyed working with. Evan's become a very good friend of mine there, and probably talk to as much on a weekly basis as anybody. We looked through pigs there at the chip barn, and then said, "Hey, let's go back here and check out these King's pigs." I looked at them there in the far pen there, the live sale barn, and he said, "No, we got to get them out real quick." And got him out. This belted male is his leadoff pig. Again, take your pick of whether he's a boar, whether he's a barra. I've said it several different times. We're out of the era of this one looks like a boar. To win a barra show, it has to look like the guys that were brave enough to buy a boar prospect, cut them, and go win. Those boars that are making generators there looks like one of those that could have won at the highest level in those major show rings. This is one of those that follow suits. He's out of money line, back on a next intention sow. The mother made the 3rd overall at Iowa State Fair for Woodruff, the champion Hamp at Revival, the grand at Nebraska State Fair Open Show, a cell-making guild at OIE. The grandma made Whittington's grand at OIE in 22, and it's all the good stuff there at CSP, as they said there. I saw again a week ago, this was maybe all my travels, as bold, as stout, as proportional, as good balanced, and as thick in his rear leg as any of them. Earlier, he had just dropped him off the trailer. He's a little tentative his deal. He's caught his gear and he's caught his comfort level. That is an awesome, awesome pig there by Colson there for sure. The Calico, maybe my choice from a barra perspective of the entire barn. Loud marked one there that's got a great presence. He's out of OG. OG's made as many good ones, as many feeding ones. If I was looking for feeding barras, I'd probably gravitate to OG's as fast as any of them. This is out of a tricked out sow. First litter gilt out of the 51s last year. We're very popular. We like this pig. He's sired by Old G. He can win at any level. I would argue there is absolutely not a pig you're going to find that is better in their hip and rear leg design than this particular pig right here. Great pair right here by Colson. They brought the whole crew out here to find them. I guess Papa Fred didn't come, did he? He's the one I wanted to come, and I know he'd be proud of them too. So we've got tag 21's the belted one, 85 is the Calico. CNC Show Pigs is next. Austin Craig and crew here. We've got a pair, both of them castrated, Austin. We got a pair of barrows here. I made the comment at the last Kings, and I hate to say I feel sorry for a guy that every single time he brings out pigs to a live sale, they're plucked off and set in a boar stud. So I don't feel sorry for you at all, but it's just the reality. He didn't even take that chance. It's hard to win barrow shows when all your pigs are in boar studs, and that's just what kind they are. I just made the comment in my theory about boars and barrows and what it takes to win. We've got a pair of barrows here. Tag 7 is the black-headed one. That's the lead-off out of the modern-day boar there at Colson's that we just talked about. That one's mother is a no other kingpin, one they saved for this sale for quite some time. Mother's a first-time gilt, and one of those that was very successful for not only us but many others there. I've been able to go, I guess, 3 times now. I've purchased a few privately, a couple of them out online sales, and I can tell you these pigs feed. It doesn't take my experience there to know that CNC is always at the very top. We've got the opportunity to buy a barrow here that probably sits as high as any of them from just a stoutness, a skeleton standpoint. But more important for me, that is one comfortable, loose-jointed, good-footed, square-built, black-headed barrow there that looks like he's got all the makings to being one that could be a champion for sure. The off-belted was one that the first time that I went to Austin and Justin's place there, I don't know how much he weighed. It wasn't but 5 or 7 pounds. That was a little tiny guy. I rode him down, circled him, and starred him there. One of the neatest, boxiest, hairiest kind of a little pigs that I'd seen with the awesome neck and look and presence. He's maintained that. He's awesome. Also out of modern day, his mother is a kingpin filthy. The mother behind this one is the mother of Foster's Grand Gilt at Arkansas State Fair last year. Would also be the grandmother to Bases Loaded as well. Again, that one is tag 72, and the off-belted male, the thin-belted one there. The black-headed one is tag 7. Is that where we sold that $100,000 one there last Kings at tag 7? What's funny is that was just a coincidence, kind of how things fell in. Love working with these guys. They're awesome people, awesome to talk to in the back. Look them up. A pair of barrows here, tag 7. Blackhead, tag 72 is the off-belted one. Thanks, Austin and Justin, for another really good pair. Okay, next we've got Yanis. We've got Brandon Yanis and Firm here with the second 2 that they have. In terms of the lineup goes, we'll have 4 by the Yanis operation. Let's start with that Chester. That one is tag 94, white tag 94, out of WD-40 on a show-off sow. This pig is a full sib to the champion Chester Barrow and grand overall at the Illinois State Fair this year. We've made that comment there several times. Obviously, everybody knows the history with social media and how things go. We all realize that Brandon and the Yanis crew won the Illinois State Fair last year with a purebred spot. Come back this year and win with a purebred Chester. And this pig right here is a full brother, a full sib to that pig that won this year. He's also a mate, mother's or mate sister to Briggs, 3rd overall gilt at Expo this year. And I'll still write down and on the microphone across the World Wide Web, as we say, one of my absolute favorite gilts I've ever laid my eyes on there. Awesome pedigree here in the Chester male that we have. That one's tag 94. He's not his lead off, but I bet you we get a picture of that one come March. Then we've got tag 118, and this is a spot male here out of the world famous Titan boar, Sweating Bullets here. Dam is a mate sister to the Boble gilt shown summer of 22 that was undefeated in the spot ring, finished overall at Expo, the reserve grant at CPS, 4th overall at Louisville. The Dam raised the reserve spot at Indiana State Fair, as well as Q-Tip at Purple Power. He is a spot. Titan on a Sweating Bullets, tag number 118. He made note of it. We can all see that one classifies as a Poland without any work even being done. Really good barrow there. Again, maturity patterns right for that breed, right for that setting there. Awesome pair here. Spot male, Poland male, how we see it is tag 118. Little Chester guy is 94. When you see one like that Chester, you got to wonder what's coming. And then we've got another pair of Chester individuals here, a boar and a gilt that are litter mates out of WD-40 as well. These are out of a show-off sow. The lead-off, for your reference at home, is blue tag there, obviously the male pig. He is tag 31. The gilt there is tag 62. Again, WD-40 show-off is the way their pedigree reads. The dam is a litter mate to the champion Chester Barrow in 23. We haven't offered one like this intact, is what he says. Absolutely wild stuff. He was the third pig that I saw as I entered the barn. Whenever he brought that pair in, I told Mark, I said, wait till we see this next one. He sat back and said, absolutely, oh my, and you could use any cool adjective that we go right here. Intact male, Yanis is dominant of a Chester firm, packed with all the genetics that have won right there. And I think wild is probably the best way to describe this one. Awesome, awesome individual. We latch into him and then realize that Brandon offered a litter mate gilt. And again, we've talked about show ring. We talked about winning. We all want to do that for our kids. And then at the end of the day, we could pay a lot of bills, whether we're putting in a Chester gilt to raise the next generation or whether we're wanting to sell them there come March or June or wherever we decide to do there again. The dam's a litter mate to the champion Chester at Denver. WD-40 show off, a pair of litter mates. I don't know if you could get any better by one of the greatest genetic minds and programs that there is. Brandon, I can tell you what we talked about there in the back. Your tag 31, we said, well, he's not going to get offended. He knows how good they are there. You'll definitely look them up there again. 31 and 62, pair of mates. Awesome job by Brandon and the Yanis firm. Rutledge Reds is in next, again with a single entry there. Beanie's always somebody. I've made the comments that always enjoying being at the sales and visiting with him there. And you know, if you ever hear the story there, he went through a lot there the last Kings to get here to this one. And if you kind of reflect back, we're glad that he's with us again. And again, y'all don't pay much, and so y'all get what you pay for, on my opinion. This is the very best individual that Rutledge has brought out, and I think a unique red pig here. He's out of Shots Fired, back on a Holy Sow. Shots Fired is at Burger Farms there. Colby and Cliff have that Shots Fired boar. He's a Green Bottle's last drop there. Then Holy's Mother on the bottom sides, absolutely huge-legged one that they bought from Moyers. And we're going to see a lot of good red ones tonight. We've already seen a few, and we'll see a few more. But this one may be as wild up through his front end, jawline, and skull as any of them. I know he's as tall-fronted and as good out of his hip and hind leg there. Let that one get home, chill, relax, and get him on feed. Again, Rutledge always has highly good pigs from a feeding perspective. I think this one's got the qualities of one that can get out and go and win. Beanie brought a really good one here. Again, just a single entry by Rutledge Reds. His tag is 48, and again, glad that he's with us here at Kings 2. Beanie's traveling buddy there. Also, Louisiana comes in, and no stranger there to the live pig sales, to the Texas market, or really anyway nationwide. I don't know if there's anybody that's put again as many boars and boar studs or had as many outlying pieces as any one particular firm there. Always enjoy visiting with John. Just a great family, really good friends of mine and my kids and my family there. Always wish JoJo was along for the trip. I don't know if she's still in Greece or not. Probably not. I haven't seen any Snapchats here lately, but they're just awesome people. The one thing we always say, The Fontenot firm like Bone before Bone was cool, and this is the heaviest legged one I've ever seen them bring out, or maybe anybody there. He may not be for everybody, but if we're scratching on to Bone, I think he'd be for lots of people. That is a huge arm, a huge rear leg. He's bold rib, hip and rear leg still reads level with some bend there. He's way out there and way cool in terms of the pieces that he offers. He is tagged 47. He's out a double down back on a Pat This Sal. Again, Fontenot Farms. That one will be the heaviest bone one that we've seen tonight, or maybe we'll see all fall. Tibbetts is in next, and it seems like always a firm there that it's always interesting to see what they're going to unload and what breed they're going to be, but you always know the quality is going to be extremely good. We're going to start off with the Berkshire pig right here. That one is tag number 42. Out of Lake Effect on a Barstool sow. They said they haven't brought a Berk to a live sale in Texas since they sold the champion Berk at San Antonio. And so since that last, the one that won San Antonio, this is the first one in. The grandma's a foundation sow around there. The mother is, the grandma's the champion Berk and 4th overall Barra, is also at the Illinois State Fair last year. And again, we talked about the differences of breeds that Tibbetts always bring, that they've got wild pieces. There is going to be not a Berkshire male pig sold that's any longer necked, is any high tying in terms of where his neck comes off the top of his shoulder, that has any more aggressive back shape than this one here. Again, it takes uniqueness. It takes wild looking ones to come. There's not going to be one that sticks their head in any more unique in the Berkshire ring than that tag 42. The Chester male out here is a tag 102. He's kind of been synonymous for the last several years of bringing down-eared males, specifically Chesters. I guess this year we can talk about some of the land races, but I'd say we've claimed a stake on here on the Chester male arena, and this one just looks like the rest of them that he sold for a couple years here. For a unique-looking one again, with that kind of extension, that kind of look ahead of his blade with that long of a hip, still he's stout and wide between his eyes. This tag 102 is out of fresh parents on a copyright sow. That sow is a litter mate to the champion Chester Barra that the Mowers family had there at Houston in 22. That was also sold at the Kings. So again, firm right here, multiple breeds. Seems like when they set them in a live sale, they go on and win a champion banner. Chester male, Berkshire male, can't go wrong there. Tag 42, tag 102 here from Tibbetts. Okay. We're going to start with Staten Farms Poland entry, and obviously firms across the country are known for certain things there, and obviously when you say Staten, you first think about Poland, and we'll see why that's significant here. But we bring a Poland gilt with just a notch more size and maturity than probably the rest of the offerings that we have here today, but from a firm that's synonymous with winning here in the Poland gilt here. He says actually this is the very first Poland gilt that Staten has offered this entire season, privately or publicly. So tag 64 is this one's tag number, and where she sells tomorrow evening there, a Poland gilt there that's stacked full of muscle and power and still looks like a maternal female. She functions good. She's still got a good look there. I don't have ages down right here, but one of those that has done well, but the story's already told there. Normally by this particular point, they've kind of showed her faults and kind of fell to pieces, honestly. I'd say if you're kind of searching that scholarship there come San Antonio, whether you want to try to get the top end of a breed there, this Poland gilt needs to be looked into. She's out of Antidote, back on a Call Me Daddy Black Mamba sow. Again, that is tag number 64 from Staten. We talked about Staten's reputation here in the Poland arena there, but we'll go still with the dark OPB down-eared breeds, and we've got a pair of spots, and there's a long history here of things that the crew there have done to put together the spot herd. The things that stuck out to me there is that the newly revived spot venture, the $8,000 2019 Tulsa champion from Jervis. And again, loaded with foundation sows. There's a lot of paragraph here to read, basically stacked with this spot genetics that tend to work extremely good there. We'll start with tag 44. That's the 11-liter male. He's out of Time Machine on a mattress pad, and that's the louder marked, I guess the one that's got just a much more white on him there. And again, a spot male here that is absolutely incredible from a roundness, a rib perspective. He's still got a neat look up front. He's square when he leaves you. His bone lean reads clean, and yet at the same time, his elbow is tucked into him where he needs to be. And what stuck out for me is that is one short-backed, easy-feeding kind of a spot pig there. Again, that breed's hard to put together, that have mass and power and can still go. Really good individual there in tag 44. The other spot male that's in, the more predominantly black one, if you will, he is tag 104. Again, we're still on Staten here, and that one's out of, again, Titan. And we all know in the spot breed, the dominance that Titan has had. That one's mother is an ADR. Titan, obviously, whenever he was going to try to make Polands, whether he's trying to make spots, wherever we were, Titan was a must-use boar there. The ADR sow continues to have elite show barrows time and time again. I know this is exciting about this pair. Known for Polands, use your creativity on that tag 104. I think you can go either way. The true spot classifying one is tag 44. Really good trio here by Staten. Damon's driving the next entry in here, but this is the entry from Armstrong Genetics. J.R. Armstrong, maybe as dominant as anybody in the spot arena. This one here is out of Whitey, back on a Scotty sow. The mother was the 5th overall spot gilt and at the Junior National, and was the mother of the champion spot at Dixie National in 23. And again, a spot there from a firm that's synonymous with winners. That one, if you get in behind him, is as big in his upper hip, but more so than anything, ties down deep in his twist and his lower leg. That one's always going to be powerful when he leaves you. But for me, in a spot setting, he's cleaner jointed, stronger rear-footed, and still his maturity pattern looks like one that would read. If you've been to Armstrong's, you've followed them through the live cell arenas there, they're never going to be whip broke. They've probably never seen a tanning light, and they're not going to be pimped on or pampered, but they feed. That's why they win, and they get along time and time again. I'm going to say this is maybe one of the better ones they brought out here in a couple years. Really, really good one. Armstrong Genetics, single entry, tag number 49. We've got MT Hart in the ring now, Matt and Taylor Murdoch and crew there, and you know, I guess a firm and a family that I've worked with probably as long as any of them. I was able to kind of see them start and to go. I know Taylor's parents extremely well, and even got to see her in the show ring several times there, and I don't know if it was one of the first pigs that Matt sold, but it was earlier on in his career that we bought, and had a great amount of success there. And there's nobody in the world more passionate than this pair and their family that put more hard hours into it. And I think they brought an awesome pair. We sound very redundant, but I was a little skeptical of how the strength of quality was going to continue to go. We've been selling pigs so long, and Matt, I don't want to step on any of your buyers' toes. These are my favorite two that you brought so far. You couldn't go wrong with which pair we start, or which one we started with the pair. We opted to start with tag 34, which is the Yorkshire Appeal. appearing male there that Taylor has. He's out of another time back on a Let the Beat Build Wham sow. They put a lot of emphasis there on the Wazoo kind of I guess genetics there. That crew is tight knit and has done an awesome job. There's going to be not large number of solid white classifying ones, but a lot of competitive ones. I don't know for sure if this one isn't even my favorite one of them. And this gilt's mother is a $15,000 gilt there that they raised at Texas Elite. A very hairy, dense, far-reaching kind of a generating-looking kind of a sow there. That one, Sal's mate brother, won a class at Austin. That was a really good barrow. Again, we started with that one, but if we go to the Berkshire male, he is tagged 96. He's out of top hand. We've talked about several different boars within breeds there, but top hand at Colson's, I would definitely go ahead and put in my nomination for Boar of the Year for that particular breed. I know this fall there has not been a boar per breed that's made them any more unique, any more outstanding in that particular arena. An incredible individual. This one blends a lot of those uniqueness in terms of look, edge, and squareness of back, and still that one is bold-ribbed and awesome in terms of his stoutness there. That one is, again, out of top hand, back on a bad negotiator sow. This one's sow this one's mother is the mom of the champion Burke at Houston last year, is also the grandmother of the champion Burke at Austin in 23. So I don't know if you could ever get a better pedigree than that one that's more predictable. That one looks like he could be a boar. I've already given you my theories there. If you want to win the Berkshire banner come this winter, this spring, I'd latch on to either one of them there. But good pair there. MT Hart, again, great crew, awesome pair. Tag 34 is the white one. Tag 96 is the Berkshire. Knauf is in next, and Kyle will be on the white tag 68. That's the chromed up one, the louder marked one. The chromed up male there is tag 68. For farm visitors or people that have watched there, he's ear notch 109-6. He's out to lead the way on next play, and I tried to clarify things there. Obviously, the Knauf firm, everybody knows, probably the most dominant in the Southwest barrow ring, or I guess in the barrow circles there, countrywide, popular there. The pigs feed, they tend to work because Kyle's genetic mind and ability to line genetics up there is unprecedented there. And again, I tried to keep things right. Next play's dam is Lead the Way's maternal grand dam. Lines them up, makes the right kind of pigs there that will feed. Again, chromed up male 68 there, line bred one, Lead the Way, next play. That one maybe is level design and combines a roundness of rib as any of them. I can be a testament there of ones that we fed. Everybody ringside that's grabbed those that Kyle and Knauf and crew have put together. They're stout enough when they start. They're the stoutest ones in the end, and this pig looks like as he progresses and feeds into the Knauf genetics, that one's going to be hard to turn. The other belted male that we have in here is tag 109. He's a Lead the Way next intention, and again, right here, take note. Dam is a litter mate / full mate to the Grand Barrow at Fort Worth. That my son showed, the Grand Barrow at San Antonio that Weston Lackey showed, and the Reserve Grand at Denver there as well. We all know that sow line, that next never before sow line, and what they've contributed. Put Lead the Way on the top, gives you this 114 litter pig there. Tag 109 is the thin belted male. And again, we kind of know what Kyle's going to bring in terms of look, design, squareness, and functionality. This one maybe, again, maybe this whole set, Kyle, is maybe as bold ribbed and as big centered and as dense as any of them I've seen bring out at this particular stage there. Really good pair. The cloud colored one or the chromed up one is 68. The thin belted Hampshire classifying one is tag 109. We run in Canal's leadoff pig here, so that would be blue tag, tag number 2. And this is a pig here again. The pedigree is going to read on tag 2, lead the way, next play. Again, next play's dam is lead the way's maternal grand dam. And again, I'm probably going to miss this up. The 69s were. Okay, the 69s that sold a few weeks ago were lead the ways on next play's dam. Again, innate ability to line genetics up and kind of keep things line bred that match on that same look, design, and quality that Canals are known for, and then stack even that much more stoutness together. I guess predictability, if you will. This is why Canal wins. If you can come in there with that kind of height, the shoulder, this kind of look and design, and one that can reach off of a rear leg, the way this one does, that reads that stout. And like I said, already commented on the last two, but a trio that comes in here as bold as I've ever seen Canal bring them, as good in their forerib, as proportional, and as awesome at this particular stage from just a mass standpoint, skeletal stoutness aspect, to still have that look and design, and again, a perfectly lined up pedigree. Everybody asks which boar I think will win the very most. We can't tell that. There's so many genetics out there that can work in the right environment. I'm going to say there's been as many lead the ways that have top sales that have kind of had those pieces to win as any of them. This lines a lot of things up here. Lead the way, next play, tag number 2. That is Canals leadoff for King of the Hill, second round. All right, we got Savage in next here, and one of those there. Yeah, I guess like father, like son, we got to get our scrub brush out here and show. You show a little better though. But we've got a crossbred male pig here by Savage. That one's going to be tag number 32 out of the Canoe boar there that's at upper hand. We talked about lead the way, but lead the way and Canoe sold there the same sale there at opener. There were toss-ups of which direction things wanted to go, and this boar is followed right in suit, obviously from the Canal firm. This one's pedigree again on tag 32 reads Canoe Trick Daddy. Very, very powerful boar, barrel prospect, opened up, round ribbed, stout, proportional. Again, Donnie there back at home, Todd and the crew there, and then obviously Blake on the brush. Not going to pimp on them, not going to get them here. They'll tell you what they think of them. This is a good feeding pig. He's probably as bold and as wide as naturally as broad as any of them there. Big time good stout one here by Savage. They typically bring out Hampshires that always can win. This looks like one that can garnish a crossbred banner. I guess we're Hampshire classifying. That's good enough as we kind of go. Again, tag 32 by Savage. Probably Okie Hamp classifying. We got a little wide on that other side. Tougher down here. Final Drive Genetics with tag 25 is next. The Leatherman family, again, an individual that you've always got to enjoy talking to. If anybody's visited with them over the years, understand his and his family's passion for the junior livestock program as a whole, for raising good livestock there, helping kids along the way. Great family there, but I would say if we were going to rank things, Yorkshire or Yorkshire classifying show pigs would probably be at the very, very top of the list there, and it brought a great set of pigs all the way through the fall. Again, tag 25 is out of Shake the Frost, been one of the more popular white crossbred boars there, back on a quite frankly cracker sow. Most notably, this one's mother is a litter mate to Salty. Salty is the sire of the $10,000 leadoff pig there at King's. Again, just personal note, nobody pays for it. I bought that pig. He's out there on the trailer and looks absolutely killer. We could drop him back in the ring there again and sell him my bet for more. This one, for what he says is worth, 47.3, which is this pig's ear notch, is his personal favorite. He sold all fall. Look, design, structural correctness, shape up top, proper body design, the right kind of maturity pattern and frame size to feed and kind of fit where you want to go right there. Right now, he's absolutely stark white. There's not a spot anywhere that I can find on there. But again, an awesome white classifying, Yorkshire classifying for one that dominates in that arena. Final Drive Genetics, tag 25 out of Shake the Frost. Really good job by Jordan and Katie and the crew there in Arkansas. Littner Show Pigs is in next. I'm not sure who will have driving which ones or where we go there, but Fallon is on the belted one, and this belted pig is tag 78. If you didn't believe me earlier in the lineup that we screwed up sale order or somebody messed things up, then this will just confirm it here, because tag 78 would be at his top of my list, as well as anybody I think that ringside that saw the preview there earlier. This is an ear notch 82-83 for guys that were there at home, out of Wild Ride, and these guys have put a lot of faith in Wild Ride. There's several firms around, and I bet they go back through and use them again. That Wild Ride board is stamped as much just rib shape and dimension to their center cavity as any of them. They are bold and they are wide and they are powerful and look like ones that could be champions, and yet still they've got a neat look about them. This one, Sal, is a next play, never before, and again, an awesome pedigree. Rich on the Knautha bloodline side, on the bottom side of things there. And again, that one's tag 78 that Fallon's on. Hampshire classifying, thin belted one. Looks like a board prospect to me there in the third round. Next one that we have in here is going to be the gilt that Luke and crew brought here. Again, they don't let out very many of them, and when they do, they only expect one thing, and that's to get reports that they win. Jackpot scene, as well as the major show setting, but more than anything, if you look at gilts there that the Littner crew has set out and gone and produced for people, then I think you'd be staggered at the number that they've sold that went on and generated. This one is out of Buckle Up, back on No Moss, and I would say if anybody, obviously No Moss originated there and probably had as much impact on the south side as any of them. This one is probably as long-necked, as extended ahead of her shoulder as any gilt there I've seen offered there, not only tonight, but probably the entire fall and summer. This one's backwards set to her forearm, and front end assembly is going to be unique there. Long out of her hip, shapely up top, and that one looks like her flesh will continue to come and be an awesome one there that you'd be proud to have of. Again, Littner Show Pigs, the gilt's tag number is tag 55 out of Buckle Up, on a No Moss Sal. 78 is the belted male there that Fallon has leaving the ring. Tag 13 would be the Littner Show Pig lead off here. Again, out of that Wild Ride board that we just talked about back on a Shug Sow. And we all know what Shug has done for Luke and his crew there, and what it's done on the female side, as well as Siren Blues and different colors alike there that have worked. This guy came and was one, I think he called him Silverback on Facebook. I loved his picture, and probably when he got here in the ring, I might liked him even more. From just a presence perspective, you absolutely couldn't get one that ties higher at the top of his neck. It is that good. It nuts the base of his neck, and where it ties into his shoulder, that one just looks like a feeding pig that is always going to function, will continue to mass up and power as he goes there. I love the amount of bone when you get in behind him. He's consistent about his bone work, good in terms of his rear leg design. Again, a calico male here. He'll look pretty snazzy on those green shavings or wherever you end up going under some bright lights there. Love that pig from a bear prospect perspective. That's the one they opted to lead off their offering here. Tag 13, again, out of Wild Ride. This is Littner Show Pigs. Night Show Pigs is in next. Cameron Knight, Tad, and Scotta, and everybody is here. And I kind of gave him, if you were there during Kings 1, kind of gave him a hard time that things weren't tagged, things weren't written down, things were kind of disorganized here. Cameron's been a little under the weather, and I don't know if he passed things to Scotta or not, but these notes look more like what she would have written. But I know he's proud of this set of pigs there. Again, was kind of a trio that we came, and that pair of males, we didn't know exactly which one to lead off with, but well, we're going to talk about the second or third round male first. That's the calico, the black and white painted up male there, tag number 90. That one's out of All Out, and obviously the All Out boar there that held at Mullets for a minute was maybe as competitive and as popular as any and last winter, and that is at Premium Blend now, and just has pigs that have those out there pieces, and as little ones just tend to go ahead and feed. And this one looks like he could definitely do so. The bottom side of this all-out sired pig is buckle up back on a king size. King size sow is a litter mate to 8 seconds. And so, again, all out on 8 seconds, best litter mate sister, incredible mating, incredible pig. He's his third rounder, awesome color, awesome presence. Looks like to me the muscle pattern is the kind they need to be out of All Out to feed long term. I could see that one being one though that's definitely heard of. I think an awesome one there come March. The gilt there that Knight brought in would be tag 60. That one's out of Driving Force. In the last few weeks we've probably seen as many of those as any of them. Mother's a backslap bear 76. The only mate gilt offered to the lead off at Lidner's second farm sale. That one brought 8,000, and the lead off at Kings 1 that brought 6,000. And so here's the gilt that's mate to the two lead offs from the big profile sales that Cameron's brought individuals from. The mom was purchased at the Arizona National, raised by him. Again, dense made, square ended, stout made, powerful gilt there that's still got a show look for sure. Again, there's only like 16 or 17 gilts here at Kings 2. That one's got to be way high on the list. Looks like she could show next week and probably get along. Tag 60 was her tag. Tag 90 is the calico. Tag 26 is the one that Cameron opted to stay back and show here, which is his lead off, and that's out of the 8 seconds boar that he raised there that was sold last fall there, and this one's mother is a next play, never before, roll 21. This is their favorite litter. From this fall, the mom was a gilt that was purchased from Canalth as a baby pig. This is her second litter. 33.8 is probably as good as what they've raised, is what he said. And I would say between both sales that he's consigned to as well as his online sale, and even more so that farm sale, he's maybe has a successful and good set of pigs as any one particular firm. He says this may be the best one here. 8 seconds, next play, never before, roll 21. I will venture to say that is the roundest ribbed, the boldest centered, and the biggest caged pig at Kings 2, and maybe that you could ever assemble, that still has look and still has presence, a powerful, good kind of hind-legged one there too that Cameron's very proud of there. Chromed up crossbred here, tag 26. IDK is next, and I think we end up with, we have 3 or 4? 3 individuals here. Again, a pair of males and a gilt offering right here. And tag 39 would be the blue tag. White-legged male there, right there in the center, and that one's out of money line, and just looks true to form in terms of money line's extra stoutness and power that he possesses there. This one's mother is a Believe in Me. That sow is a litter mate to the grand overall at San Antonio in 21, and so the IDK crew has done such a great job of putting sows there by productive lines there that tend to generate. This one looks like a true product, and one of those that he continues to crank out there has not been a show in the last, I guess, 2 or 3 years there that this crew doesn't have one that you know is going to be tough to win, that ends or tough to beat, that ends up winning at the very, very highest level. And this one that has that just general stoutness and power like we expect from IDK, and again a pedigree that backs it up. Black, almost solid black, white-legged one here in tag 39 from IDK. Really good lead off there. The other male pig, again, this one has 2 white front feet. That one has got a partial belt there on the other side for the guys online. That's white tag 99. That's out of that popular Lead the Way boar. This one's mother is a 44 hot route. That sow raised a class winner at the Texas Majors and the litter won, and then the highest place in bear out of the litter was second last time. One of the most predictable sow lines that IDK has. The grandma is Feathered Indian's mother and is the mate to the grand champion at Houston in 17. So again, just to reiterate what we just talked about, a sow line and genetics there that'll always feed. They're always going to be stout. They're always going to be powerful, and they'll always be competitive at the highest level. That off-belted male there, IDK's, is tag number 99, and again, the lead off is tag 39. The girl pig that we have in the ring here, I guess, again, IDK is where we're at there. This would be tag 63. This is out of the Stinger boar that IDK raised there and sold, and actually had a couple guys there. Evan was the first one that called me and said, "Hey, how many Stinger pigs have you seen?" I said, "Not just a whole bunch yet, but a couple of the litters that I've seen have been good." He said, "Mine are really good." Since that time, it seems like every single live sale, every farm that we visited, there's been a Stinger to surface there. We'll see a couple more a little bit later in the offering. This is a daughter of Stinger, again, tag 63, IDK. This one's mother is a tricked out, never before. This is a litter mate to the lead off there at Kings 1 that brought 10,000. The mother raised the reserve champion at Champaign County, Ohio. And this is only her second litter, but she's already compiling quite a resume there. Again, we sound like a broken record, but this one's height to shoulder, extension, and look from the side is unprecedented. But if you look at that one's bend, flex, push, and pull functionality out of her rear leg, I don't know if you could ever have a female assembled quite that good that has this aggressive of back shape there. She looks like what I'd expect from the Stingers there. Maturity will work in her favor. When that one fleshes up and gets everything pulled together, that one's going to be awesome in the show ring. Good genetics behind her if you want to choose her for his sow. Again, that concludes IDK's offering. This one is tag 63, a gilt out of Stinger. Schwecky is in next. We've got a pair of them here, tag 101 and tag 15. So blue tag, actually, that's Swallows. 41, excuse me, I was off a page here. Swecky's 41 is the spot. And so obviously we're not that used to Swecky bringing out spots there, but there we've got a spot male here. This one is out of Irrelevant, back on a Van Wilder sow. Again, Mr. Irrelevant is what this boar's name is. He's a herd boar there. Hamilton Livestock, super excited about the pigs. They're looking like you'd hope. Mates to our $5,000 and $8,000 barrows there at Lackey's farm sale there on the spot 41. Tag 101 would be the crossbred male. That one is out of Left Behind, back on a Rusty Cage sow. The mom here would be Soul's sister that came from Lackey. We have awesome luck there with that sow. The pigs look to be the same. Again, Zach wasn't able to come there, but I know he had to entertain some questions there, and this is an awesome pair. The belted one looks very traditional of what you'd expect, bold and stout. He's got a big back and a big pin set. Spot may be a little bit different wrinkle, but that sounds like a really good litter. Another powerful kind of individual there from Swecky. That one is tag 41. The belted male is tag 101. Swallow Farms is next. Gabe comes in with just a single entry, and one of my very best friends there is, and a firm there that we've been able to reap a lot of success from, but just have enjoyed their friendship, and then just awesome and to know their perspective of things there. And I've made the comment at Kings One, if you could just close your eyes and buy a swallow pig there, then you'll be happy. I haven't got one bought yet, and would love to have this one as well. This one's out of Money Line back on the Here I Am Sow. What is awesome about the Swallow firm, there's kind of a rhetoric around the country that show gilts don't make good sows. These guys have proved them wrong. They want sows that look good as show gilts, as fed, and were competitive. This one's mother was a reserve cross at LSU in 2022, and again, one that looks like a swallow one from extension, look, design, and shape. Those pigs will continue to flesh and mature at the right pace. This one is tag number 15. Gabe only brought us one, a Hampshire classifying one, again out of Money Line, a really good entry, Swallow Farms. Okay, Claire comes in next. S Squared Show Pigs here. They just brought just one from down the road here. And Garrett and Claire and the family have obviously done an awesome job there, competitive at the very highest level. I still call them, I guess, kids in the game there. I was able to see both of them show and grow up, and it's been fun to watch them put a program together here. They just brought a gilt offering, but she's not just a gilt. This is one awesome looking gilt there that not only has got presence ahead of her blade there, but you study that white tip tail and where it sits on the top of her hip there. Those are some things that sound just a little bit silly, but when one comes in with a look and a hip design like that, they tend to catch pins really, really fast. A shapely gilt there. Tag 66 is out of Buckle Up, back on a Never Before sow. The Never Before sow, they call her Charm. She's the mother of the Grand Gilt at Indiana State Fair in 21, the Reserve Grand at Denver in 22, the mother of Prince Charming at Showtimes. Not a sales pitch at all, but this is their favorite gilt. Whenever you have them looking like this, you don't have to bring a whole bunch of them. I'm sure Garrett got sidetracked and left her out in the sun, or I'm not real sure what happened there, but she's going to be deep, dark, and tanned, and that'll go away. Good kind of a gilt there. Awesome show gilt. Great proven sow family there. And if Claire was under control, that hair would be perfect, I'm sure. S Squared Show Pigs, tag 66. Brenning is in next. Brenning Genetics here with a few different lots. We'll bring them in waves here, and obviously no stranger to the sale ring, or particularly the show ring. Champion Barras, Champion Genetics, and a gentleman that I know that I share the same sentiment, have more respect for than any one person, not only as a person and as a breeder, and just what he brings to the table. He brought one here. I don't know how many times I've actually seen Shane on the stick there in that initial casual preview that we had there. Shane stayed on the stick on this leadoff pig there. You could tell, again, just body language, how proud he was there of tag 22. He's out of Wide Awake, which obviously we've talked about predominant boars there, but the boar at Premium Blends that is going to leave the mark on the show pig industry for a good long while. This Wide Awake male pig here is out of Sunset, maybe truly the biggest in terms of his rear column bone as any of them. He is a level-made kind of a boar there that's right in terms of his muscle texture, sound and comfortable. Maturity pattern is right. It's always true to form there. Brenning's going to bring them stout. They're going to bring them rugged. They're not ever going to be dainty little show pigs here. This one's as rugged as what he's brought. I think even that much more extended, even that much taller shouldered. That one's got a championship look about him. I guess we had a lot of discussions whether that's a boar prospect, whether that's a champion bearer. I'll let y'all decide, or we'll let y'all decide tomorrow night. Awesome lead off there again, tag 22 by Brenning. The Chester male is one of those that maybe not the first thing that everybody thinks of there from Brenning Genetics there, but if you've fed some, if you actually watch closely, lots of champions have come out of this this deal. This one is tag number 86. That one's pedigree reads Friction on a Jagged. There's going to be a few Chester males sold. This one maybe is bold, wide, and chubby as any of them, dense, and still has a good look. Hip and hind leg read functional there. I'm not so sure how many of them are going to be picked up as boars tomorrow or how many is going to be barrows. I bet this one can get a banner there come March. Manage him at the right pace. Keep things together there. Again, Brenning's proud of his Chester program, and he should be of that one. That one's tag 86. The leadoff is 22. Another pair come in here from Brenning, and I believe these are litter mates, younger kind of a pigs here, more immature. I'm sure they haven't been off a wire around the nursery deck for very long there, but a pair of litter mates out of a non-negotiable boar there that he's got there at his farm back on a Sunrise sale. Again, they're 134 litters. The thin belted one is tag 87. The partially wide, or I guess the little bit wider belted one, full belted boar, pig there, barrow pig, excuse me, is tag 114. So again, narrow belt, the smaller one there is tag 87. The larger one is 114. We talk about pigs there we're not even into October, and these are green, immature kind of a pig's fair from a firm that is always going to raise stout ones. They're going to be powerful and rugged, as we talked about. These, again, have an awesome maturity pattern. I think they're positioned perfectly from a size aspect for Houston, for OIE, for Austin. Now that that's opened up things to go, the belted one or the wider belted one's more advanced in terms of muscle and power right now. The little guy here, whenever Shane kind of introduced him, he kind of had a little smirk on his face there. I know he likes that pig. Get on top of him. We can call that one green and skinny. That one's got a broad back, a big edge, a big pin set there. I guess time will tell what he does, but that one will be fun to own and fun to show. Again, he's tag 87. The wider belted one is tag 114. These are Brenning genetics out of non-negotiable. Okay, Reynolds Farms is in next. Chad Reynolds came there from Ohio, and I don't guess he's made it, but we've got a pair of them here. We start with that belted one out of Buckled Up. That one is tag 33, Buckle Up on a backdrop sow. And we've talked about several different times there that champions tend to be unique, and there's probably no boar that's raised more champions, more ones that people could classify as elite than Buckle Up here lately. He makes them different. The term weird is kind of thrown around too much here lately for me, but sometimes those ones that have a weird look, this has a weird look to me. It looks like we carved his jawline out and stuck a little bitty head on top of a big bold blade. He still reads stout about his structure, athletic about his rear leg, and obviously he's a little tiny one that should be green and immature. He is. Chad and is always going to produce those that they're going to go and feed. This Buckled Up sired belted one that he leads off with, I think it's got a good future there. The solid white one is out of Slim Shady. We've talked about that one a couple times there this fall there. That one is tagged 95. The solid white one is 95. Again, Slim Shady on above all else. A sow there. White classifying one. Again, there's not very many of them, so you're going to have to focus and pay attention there. Study your lesson. This one may be the biggest backed, and I know he's the biggest centered white one that we have to show or to offer there tomorrow. Again, Chad has always had some really good breed kind of a pigs there. This one falls right into suit with a white classifying Yorkshire male here, tag 95. The belted one again is his lead off, tag 33. Lackey Livestock is in next. The belted one will be the lead off. Again, the blue tagged one in the ring. The belted one is tag number 3. Tag 3 is out a heavy hitter back on the King Sow. And again, a firm there that doesn't need any introduction to quality, to champions, the ones that feed and ones that win. This pig looks like just he's got a good feeding look about him. His rib is parallel. It's still round in its shape. He's got a great rear leg set in him. Green and immature. Muscle texture is right. He's one of those that for an immature kind of a pig there, reads as one there. They'll be extra stout and manly whenever things are done and will absolutely never give up from a structural aspect. Again, collection come right at you. That is a big, bold chest floor and a flat sternum. That pig's going to feed. Again, that's tag 3. The Berkshire male is tag 69. He's out of Ready or Not, back on a jet black sow. His mother is the mom of the Reserve Supreme Pure at the Texas Elite and the 3rd overall Berk at the 24 San Antonio shows there. And again, a sow family and I guess a pedigree there that was a very memorable kind of a gilt there. And awesome kind of a good feeding kind of a pig there. Pigs that he knows are that family, and Jason knows what it takes to win. He knows what it takes to feed them there. Again, muscle texture's right, rib shape is right, everything balances, proportions right. I know those terms are thrown around, but everything fits and everything works. A good pair here by Lackey. Tag number 3, real early in the sale, is the belted one, and tag 69 would be the Berkshire male. Rains Livestock, Corey Rains and family will be in next with a trio of white ones. I don't know if we're bringing them all at the same time or we'll bring a pair of them. These will be the two, I guess, tag 100 and tag 119 would be this pair here. Again, we're at Rains Livestock. The tag 100 is out of OMG, back on an Absolute sow. This is the gilt litter. The gilt came from Mark Gray as a bred. Originated from Byers as the mate to the champion York at Houston in 24 that the Shacker family showed. The tag 119 is out of Cheers, back on a buckle up sow. And the one thing to note on each one of these there of Rains, he's got 3 solid wire, I guess we just call them white Yorkshire classifying with some work. Males there. We can all be real and all know where we're at. We all have a splash of blue on all 3 of these. Very manageable, very localized in terms of blue. I know that Corey brought these with intentions of these being Yorkshire classifying ones there. The taller one, I guess the more immature one, the more elevated one there is tag 119. He's the one with the blue on his eye. Maybe, again, one of the most extended. I know that's one of those that truly actually runs uphill. That is one green, immature kind of a pig there that's still got a big back. Again, out of Cheers on a buckle up, tag 119. Tag 100, again, you get what you pay for. That's my personal favorite there by Rains. He is big backed, bold ribbed and stout constructed. All 3 of these are hairy and really good about their hair texture. Looks like they're going to be feedable pigs there. That's the thing that Mark said as they came in. They may be green. They may not have been pimped on quite as much as some of the more highly prepared ones at Kings 2. But I guarantee you these will feed and get along extremely good. They always do from Rains. That one is tag 100 on the smaller one. The final of the trio from Rains, there would be their lead off. This would be tag number 40. And again, this one is an OMG Absolute litter mate, I believe, there to tag 100. The smaller one that we talked about there, again, this is the lead off. Tag 40 from Rains. The sow was from Mark Gray, as we talked about. Mate to the champion York at Houston in 24 that Shacker showed. Again, this one may be the combination of the other 2. I kind of made a bold statement that the other one was my favorite, but this one is even just that much neater about his look, even that much better in his transitional points there. Awesome in terms of the dimension that has to his upper body. Really cool about his jawline, and one that functions awesome. Again, He's stout enough. His feet are strong. His feet are square. His appendages work correctly. Again, we can get a little bit of blue right there on the top of his tail head and his upper hip. And we've got a Yorkshire Class N1 that looks like he's got championship design written all over him. Again, that's the final one, but he is the leadoff from Rains Livestock, tag number 40. Briley brings in the entry from Byers Farms, and I don't know how many sales this has been in a row that the Byers crew has brought a solid white Chester. I guess we could say down here classifying one per King's one there, but this is a Chester boar pig that has been absolutely just astonishing what they can assemble there in Abernathy. I guess that's where they live, somewhere up there in the Panhandle. But a family that just does such an awesome job there, and Mariah kind of gave me a little bit of heck there after the first Kings. I have a lot of history with the Byers family there. Coach Todd, he was on one of the teams there that I coached at A&M, and obviously from a very predominant family. Mariah was on a team there a year before that. That was the assistant coach on. We have to mention Mariah might have bettered him in the reasons room, might have even bettered him there in placing there off the floor. And if you ever talk to her there, it's a family unit. Each one of these guys there, I've talked to B there one-on-one, and she's got that same Byers and Jennings knowledge. We didn't talk about the pig. We talked about the family. If everybody can't see the quality of this one, then we're not looking in the same ring. Like I said, I don't know how many rings. I don't know how many sales. They've had white Chester males that have been unbelievable quality. This one might be the absolute best one there. I know that sounds like lip service and what we're supposed to say. He is tag number 4, working clothes, big screen, mate to the male that sold it, established. Mother was a champion Chester at Texas Elite. Again, we can go on and on. Awesome pig there by Byers. They continually do it every time they come out. Okay, we got Boble Farms in next. We'll just go ahead and stick the one that came in first there. We've got tag number 50, which will be the Gilt by Boble Farms. This one will be out at game time. They're a premium blend back on a Never Before Dirty Sow. 12-4, Never Before is the mother. She's been a generator for a long time there for Boble. She raised the 4th overall at Georgia National, the $64,000 King's Gilt that was purchased by Ally, and the Reserve Gilt there at the North American in 23. Again, there's not very many gilts there in the offering. Each one of these consignors that brought them brought ones that could perform for their exhibitors, could have some resale value, and more importantly, sow families there that generate. This is tag 50, a powerful kind of a gilt there from an incredible offering there from Boble Farms. 108 is the male pig in the ring. White tag 108 there, white-legged male pig there. Again, out of game time, Never Before Dirty. That's a litter mate to the gilt that we just discussed out of that extremely predominant Never Before sow, 12-liter sow there at Boble Farms. This one's just presence and look, attractiveness ahead of his blade there is incredible. For that one to be that neat and tidy about his front end and open up with that big of a chest floor and rib cage is a very good testament of what things will come. That one's just a shape up top, and again, one of those that looks like he's positioned to feed. I said several times after the casual preview that we had earlier, we've got pigs that look like they were brought here to be fed into March. OYE, Houston, wherever we end up, Austin there, as we kind of go there. I think these things are perfect size, perfect condition, and position themselves to win here. Again, these are Boble's first two. The male is 108. Litter mate gilt is tag 50. All right, here we've got Boble's next pair, and let's start with 67. That's the white tagged one there. 67 is a 67 litter male. That one is out of Ruthless. So we started out the preview with a pair of Ruthlesses, different firms here. We have a Ruthless right here, Midway, again by Boble. The mother is a Never Before, Breaking Rules, Dirty. This one's mom was the Grand at Iowa, 22, shown by the Reich family. Again, Ruthless is the sire of tag 67. Broken Record looks a lot like that last male pig that we had that just left the ring. Immature but bold-bodied, bendy back leg there that looks like one that'll just flat feed. And then the other male pig we have in the ring is tag 1. Tag number 1, that's where we'll start tomorrow. He's also out of Ruthless. The mother is a soul back on a Never Before sow. That 51.5 sow is a mate to the Grand at Dallas in 22 that the Cliff family showed. 53.1 is one of the best, or this one's ear notches. 53.1 out of one of the very best litters of the fall. He said he's proud of that pig. Who in the world absolutely wouldn't be proud of this pig there? Mark asked, where do we start? I think that was kind of a rhetoric, or I don't know, a rhetorical question, as you said. We all agreed. This is where you start. Tag number 1, Boble Farms. You can't get one any better, any neater there. Bid until you own him, or just wonder what would happen there. That one's phenomenal there, obviously. We're just taking up airtime to talk about one. Tag 1, Boble Farms there. The other one would be tag 67. Next in, we've got True Genetics, and we made a couple comments about breeders bringing the best set and those things like best and elite and the most are always thrown around. I can tell you that they dug deep and they brought in some hammers here from True Genetics. Let's just start with the gilt. Ladies first. That'll be tag 54. That one's out of Safety first, back on a Here to Stay Kingpin. The only gilt that they'll offer out of this really incredible litter. The Mate Brothers offered here as well. The 2 litter Mate Brothers sold at Lackey's. All the other litter Mate gilts are retained by True. The mom raised the $15,000 boar pig sold in Lackey's spring sale. The other one in the ring there would be tag 113 by True. That would be the litter mate to the gilt. So the pedigree reads Safety first, Here to Stay Kingpin, as we just talked about. Obviously a firm, every kind of a progressive operation is known for different things. The first thing that I think about is whenever I think about True Genetics is the quality of elite females that they have laid in over the last few years that were positioned themselves to get to this point, to have pigs of this caliber. Obviously been very competitive in the show ring, and I think at this fall have reached a whole new pinnacle there. Again, we make statements out here. Time will tell as things kind of go. I don't want to step on anybody's toes here, but 113 might be my very favorite one by True. These are a pair of litter mates, again, 40 litter pigs out of Safety first. Again, 113's the male. 54 would be the gilt offering here. A good pair to kick off things, again, True Genetics. Okay, True keeps coming, and we're going to start, and this is their leadoff. The solid white boar pig male entry here is True Genetics leadoff. He's tag number 12 again. He's out of White Feather. Obviously as good of a boar in the white arena as there is to offer there at Winter Livestock. The mother is a Curly, back on Cricket's mate. Solid white pig. They sold back or set back just for this event. Mom is the next step in their white crossbred program, and a grandmother, like we just talked about, is a mate to crickets. And again, it was hard to know exactly where we needed to start here, but to have a solid white male pig that is this unique, not only in terms of look and stoutness, but this dense, this burly, and all those extremity terms that we want to talk about in one individual, and then make him solid white out of a lineage that has solid white champions there, and just genetics that continue to breed on, both in terms of quality and in color. We thought this was a really good place to start with True. Again, that white feather son is tag number 12. The other one in the ring there would be tag 77, the belted male pig here. He's out of Smash Hit, and that one's mother is a Quite Frankly Kingpin Red Alert. The mother would be the record-selling $130,000 baby pig there from PT that was raised by Heimer. And so at that time there, and maybe still holds the record for an all-time selling baby pig there. That was an awesome individual, and obviously she's turned into a generator here. Again, I'm a Smash Hit sired pig, tag 47. We talk about things that are outliers and things that are memorable. That one's width between his eyes, stoutness of arm, and then a bear there or boar pig there, excuse me, that reads with some more extension and length than some, that's just still that wide and that dense and that bold, that looks like one of those that can get out and grow. And then his angles are awesome there. Again, we talked about boar prospects. I think True brought 3 of them that you could latch on to and further kind of any program here. This pair is, again, 12 is the white one and 77 is the belted one. Again, appreciate Brian and Ryan and everybody for dipping in and bringing a phenomenal set here to Kings 2. I know they held on to them for this one event. Steve Cobb and family is in next, and we're going to start with this blue pig, and and a firm there that's known for crossbreds, for Yorkshires, and just champion genetics all the way across. They didn't have tags when they came in the preview there earlier, but this one came in. I said, surely we're starting with that little blue, and then Mark confirmed that there. And again, we just talked about memorable pigs. We talked about memorable pieces. And when this one's noggin pops in the ring, if you don't think that is one extremely elite show pig, then we're looking at different pigs there. Tag 16 out of Drip, back on a Wham Stomp sow. Mother's a special young sow there, again at Cobb's there. And again, to start with a blue one, this caliber of this size, and I think that they've got this confidence in there. He's hairy, he's dense, his angles read right. We'd call him a moderate frame boxy one, but still he's so neat about his skull and his head. He's the first pig that I went and took my daughter to show to look at. I knew she would love him. Start with his skull, but then from there back, I don't know if you can make him that level hipped and still function that good there. Again, manage him right, take him at the right pace, decide whether he's a barrow, what show you're going to go to, and just have fun. Again, we don't talk about blue ones being boars very often, but that one's got the pieces that could definitely do so. I know they're proud of him. Tag 16, the blue one here from Steve Cobb and family. Pair of belted ones here. Let's go with that gilt there again first there. That's going to be tag 57. That's out of the Impact boar back on a... I'm sorry, 56. Excuse me, 56 would be the Steve Cobb gilt entry. 56 out of Impact. Fully loaded is the mother. That's a mate to GMO. Again, not very many gilts. This one is the first gilt that I saw there. Looks like she's kind of given to that tag. She wasn't earlier there, but you talk about one that's got a neat look and presence about her. She's still stout, a square-ended one. Again, a tall-shouldered one that reads short back to me and round about her cage. I think her muscle pattern's just right, and you get in behind her. Again, one that's that tricked out up front still functions so well that she leaves you there as well. The male pig there, that's the chromed up one on the far side, neat colored one, is tag number 80. That one is also out of drip, the same board that the blue pig was out of. This one is out of a Hear Me Now sow. The mother's just a gilt, but she's starting to write her story there, fully loaded. Hear Me Now daughters there. They're very special that Aaron and Cassie and the group there are building around. Awesome rib cage, great proportionality. Again, one that reads like he's positioned from a maturity standpoint to feed, but already that today, the end of September, he reads extremely dense, extremely stout. That's tag 80 on the chromed up male, tag 56 on the belted female. Steve Cobb and family once again. Edgar's Show Pigs is in next, and maybe the largest numbers. I'm not sure, we didn't count, but I think he had the most numbers of anybody as any consigner here, and in multiple breeds there. 45 is the belted pig there on the far side. Again, one of those that's probably not agreeing to the ear tag, and get that out, and everything will be fine from an ear set standpoint. That's out of the breeding board, non-negotiable. This one's mother is a Last to Rise and Encore. He is tag number 45. This is one of the biggest rear-legged ones that Eggers has to offer, and still a green pig there that functions so well. A lot of times when we get those that are that green and that waspy looking, we don't think about just how stout they are. We kind of pigeonhole those pigs into just being cute ones. If you get in there and study that rear leg and that bone column, he is a really, really stout one. Again, his best days are to come there. Tag 65 is the gilt. That one is out for blood. We've talked about several times already. That one's mother is a major league, never before. The grandmother, never before sow, is the mother of Bravo. It's a premium blend, and expos here at Eggers Show Pigs. So again, not many gilts. That gilt looks like she'll feed. Probably has just a bit of age in her, and allows her to be stout. Maturity patterns right there. Good looking kind of a gilt there from Eggers. Tag 65. The belted male pig out of non-negotiable is tagged 45. Eggers' next pair here, we've got a pair of Durocs there on the far side that the young lady is driving is tag 106. That one's out of Rocco on a main character sow, and one of those that Joe's got great faith in there. Again, you talk about different firms and what they're kind of known for. I think Joe and the Eggers firm has brought out as many red ones that were very unique, powerful, and just different in terms of their look. This one follows right into suit in terms of 106. He says just get him on feed and watch big things to happen there. The one on the far side, a little darker pigmented, very good colored red one, and tag 105. That one's out of a main character himself, back on a face mask sow. This one reminds Joe a lot of the reserve Duroc there at Houston. As a little one a year ago. Felt like this one is more San Antonio sized Duroc pig there. But again, he's so stout, you could probably decide which way you would go. Again, that's the one the young man's on there, 105, dark colored one, out of main character himself. Reminds this crew of the reserve Duroc there at Houston. Again, awesome color, awesome build, great rib cage, and still has an awesome look about him. The greener one there, the lighter colored one, is tag 106. Again, Eggers continually brings out red ones that can compete. Has got as many banners as anybody. Really a very good pair here. Eggers Show Pigs. Big pig here, off-belted one would be tag 120. He's out of Frederico. Back on a major league sow. Frederico's a My Intention son that's at McCoy's. Won a couple county fairs. This one's got great pieces to be elite. Big one is what Joe wrote here. And obviously, it's always hard. You guys are probably at home and have some on feed there that you bought a month ago that are this size now. and it's hard to keep them good even that's at this point. And this one's bold, stout, wide, big backed. If you sure enough need one to show in January or early Feb there as kind of things go, then this is definitely one to look into. There's not going to be any more offered at this size there, so could definitely fill a gap. Eggers brought a big set of them, nice set, different stages here. This is the one that they round out to the third round with there from Eggers. He's tag 120. Again, Frederico, Major League is his pedigree. Burger Farms is in next. Again, Kobe and Cliff bring in a very good pair. Another firm there that's just right down the road from me, but it doesn't matter what show we go to, Texas majors, county shows, or even shows across the country. It seems like the Burger Crew is always at the very, very top end of the classes there. Breed champions, the division winners there. This is a pair of litter mates. There's 65 litter pigs there for the guys that went to the farm there. They're out of Stinger back on a Quite Frankly sow. The belted one, the true belted one is tag 43. That's a blue tag 43. That would be the Burger Farm leadoff there. Tag 103 for the guys online is the chromed up blaze-faced one here. And again, there's a little bit of trade-off. The similarity comes in that there is not a pair of them and no individual in the barn bigger back than they have with those that have the qualities that they come in with that kind of skull shape, that kind of neck set, and that big of a back shape that they have. They're getting slammed straight to the scales and then probably turn right back around to the top end of the classes there. Of the pair, the belted one's maybe just a little more immature about his look, even that much neater about his neck, and I love his hip as he goes away from you there. The chromed up pig there is dense structured, huge arm there. I think one of those there that you get him deep dark black where he's black, enhance that color pattern where he is. There's not going to be any of them stouter, wider, and bolder no matter where you end up showing them. Again, these are litter mates out of Stinger. Tag 43 is the leadoff. The chromed up one is tag 103. Dustin Ham Livestock is in next, and there again, we always sound like a broken record, but when this gentleman comes in, you've got to always think about quality. You got to think about champions, and one that puts as much passion and focus into his operation and in anything that he does there. I guess it doesn't matter whether it's a jackpot show, whether it's a major stock show, whether it's a state fair, or even a pig sale. When Dustin unloads, you know he's going to be at the top of his game, and you're going to know that he's going to be hard to turn. I saw this one. I've said before, I'm not a huge advocate of thinking you've got to picture live sell pigs and post them on Facebook. But when we saw this one's picture, absolutely floored. Sent it to 3 or 4 guys there on my trip up, and said if this one's half as good as that picture, we're going to have a really good individual. And I think he matches the quality of what that picture was. He's out of blowing smoke, back on a white noise sow, which is actually Wham's sister. So huge in terms of royalty on the blood, in his blood, and on the south side. Again, Wham's sister's the mother. The first light made was 5th overall champion light cross at OYE. Her second litter was the famous 91 litter show this summer that won 15 banners so far. Grandma's Wham's mother made the reserve at AYE, 5th overall white cross at OYE, champion light cross at AYE, and Arkansas State Fair reserve York at ASF. It doesn't matter when they're this good, but then they're bred that way. Phenomenal pig there. Again, we're just taking up airtime for the guys online. We all know how good this pig is. We'll see where it shakes out. It'll be fun to see where he lands tomorrow. Great job, Dustin. Really good pig here. Tag number 8. Weimer's in next, and again, we talk about things that we know programs for, and the first thing when Jaden popped them in there, or actually the red ones rolling in, and when Jaden didn't come, I had to ask who it was, because I don't guess everybody thinks about Weimer on the Red Dog deal, but a family and genetic operation that can produce winners no matter what breed or what they are here. This tag 61 would be the leadoff that Jaden is on, and if there's any of them that I would stamp as feedable barrows that can win. Sorry, tag 30. Tag 30, these are littermate pigs right here. Tag 30 is the leadoff. Blue tag, King Boss, Bootjack, Green Bottles. The mother was reserved D2 at Louisville at the NJSS last year. Again, one of those, as I said, if I could just say that there is one feedable barrow there that to get a champion banner, that one would definitely be at the top of the list there. The littermate gilt is the one that is tag 61. Again, King Boss, Bootjack, Green Bottles, maybe a firm that's not known for red ones, but an awesome pair out here. Hip and hind leg function, body dimension, and powerful kind of ones that got the right kind of head shape there. Great job by Jaden again. There's no more passionate individual in the world. Really good pair of red ones. The male is 30, the gilt is 61. Again, we'll keep going with Weimer. The tag 93 and 117 is what we'll have in. The belt is 93. Thunder all rise. Thunder's a buckle up some. Every pig of this litter has gone to a live sale. The same mating brought $6,000 at the established $2,500 gilt at Kings 1. Venture to say he may be the widest constructed and the boldest pig that we'll have at Kings 2 that could still actually get out and roll and motor and go. Again, we made this comment a couple times. A good manager, take him at the right pace and things go. He could have those outlying pieces to kind of set the bar at any of those major stock shows that we go to. Final up there, or the final one in the round there, is this landrace classifying landrace individual here. 117 out of Timing's Right. Track record, Timing's Right, Sal. Mother raised the reserve champion landrace bear at Indy in 23, champion AOB bear at Kansas City in 23. Again, screwed up sale order because a breed pig that good to be that late is hard to do there, and obviously shows that the quality runs for a long, long time. I'd just say if you're trying to win a landrace bear or a breed banner somewhere, stick around later in the deal. That's tag 117 on the landrace from Weimer. Tag 93 is the stout, chromed up, belted pig in the ring now. Farnham Farms is next. Logan and Michaela Farnham, and I guess I've only been to their place once, and just I made the comment online. I made the comment to several people. One of my favorite stops in the Midwest, because without being offensive to the rest of the crew, just my thoughts. They were the most Southwest-looking pigs that I saw throughout the travel, pin after pin. That were dense, wide, stout, hair dripping off of them. They had naturally dark pigmented and had a really neat skull design about them. This is tag 28 that Logan brings in out of Quite Frankly himself, back on a Lock It Up sow. This Quite Frankly mom is one of her favorite young sows on the farm, raised and sold 2 falls ago to True as a baby pig. Opportunity arose to buy her back from True. Brought her as a bred female there, high seller bred, $14,000 female there. Mate's sister was leased to Ham Livestock Crew. Class winner at OIE, brings $15,000 last time. It doesn't matter as we kind of go through there. Tag 27 has awesome quality, awesome shape, awesome running gear there as well. That's the first one from Farnham Farms. Okay, the sheet was wrong here. He's actually out of driving force. Then the mother is a Quite Frankly sow. And what I just read there, the long history on the Quite Frankly deal. This was actually out of driving force. Keep going on Farnham's entries here. We've got a pair of male pigs here. The smaller thin-belted one that Logan's on now is tag 91. For your reference there at home, that's watch sales there and things go. That's a 19 litter, 19-1. He is out of, quite frankly, on a lock it up there. The dam here is Rockstar's littermate's sister. Says it wouldn't be where they were today without that sow. The 19 litter was a 3/4 sieve to the barrow there that the KJ's crew had. That was grand overall at Revival, Reserve Grand at the Expo, Reserve Grand at NGSS this last summer. Quite frankly, he's done an awesome job back on the Hilty sow. And again, we talk about that was lineage. We talk about the predictability. For a barrow that was that high caliber to go from the show that he started out to the show that he ended with and be able to get a banner under that many different judges, this pig looks like he could be destined for the same thing. Again, we tucked him just a little bit. I love his skull, love his squareness, love his density, and still one of those that his genetics look like he'll feed or sound like he'll feed for sure. We round out the Farnham ones for 116. That tag 116 is out of Motion Picture back on a timber sow. The timber sow is also a Rockstar Endgame's littermate sister. Motion Pictures out of Picture This on a Tricked Out Son. They sold to Laird last time. Very deep litter there that Motion Picture boar came out of. And again, we round out things with a little greener bodied one, but his shape reads true and round. He's the most aggressive up top. That looks like one of those that you just get on feed. His upper shape and expression up top. Head design, like I say, is true to form to Logan's group here and the Farnham Farms entries there. Awesome trio that he brought there. That one again was tag 116. The 19 litter male was tag 91. Next up is Trogdon Show Pigs. We've got a pair here again. Jared and Eric and the crew bring a pair of them from Illinois there, and always show up with top end quality. And most importantly, there pig sales are fun, but feeding show barrows there that get along are even more fun there. And what we're all strive to do. It seems like Trogdons do so more often than most guys there around. The blue tag lead off here is tag 36. He's out of Wide Awake back on a roll call sow. First litter sow, roll call, no intro. Rockstar back on In-Game Sister is what the extended pedigree reads. Again, a very feedable kind of a barrow there that's massive and wide. When you get on top of him, you step off on the side. Has an awesome look. Jaden is on tag 98. The other offering there from Trogdon. These are litter mates. So again, Wide Awake, roll call. I'd venture to say for Wide Awakes to start at this particular size, these are probably as trendy up front, as shapely backed, and as big-ended as any of them. Still have that same density that the Wide Awakes are known for. Again, from a firm there that produces feedable champion kind of a pigs there in Trogdon Show Pigs. Tag 36 is the leadoff. Tag 98 is the bigger one that Jaden is on there. Really good pair there again, Trogdon Show Pigs. Flatland is in next. Ben Cooley brings another one that we would always expect, the kind that he would bring. They're going to be stout, they're going to be wide, and they're going to be extremely dense. I call this one more moderate than a few of the ones that we've seen that are just so bold about his rib. Again, this tag number 38 by Flatland is out of Suits. The Crossroads boar there back on a Next Intention sow. The Suits was a boar there that Canouth raised, sent to Crossroads there that they own in conjunction with Flatland. The Next Intention dam was campaigned successfully there on the circuit there in Colorado in 22. Again, as we just described, bold, wide, stout, round-bodied, and still got a bendy hind leg there. Looks like one of those. Again, take him at the right pace. The right feeder's kind of a dream there to those that'll enter the ring. No matter where you set him, there's not going to be any of them that stout, that rugged, that they can still go as good as that one does. Ben always brings really good ones. Flatland synonymous with stout ones. This one matches the ones that I've seen him bring this fall and early, I guess late summer there. A really good one there again. That's tag 38. Next in, we've got Leto, and the last time we came, I made the mention that I wish Ty would have came, and he made the trip here with a pair of red ones. They're litter mates. Again, kind of took a coin flip, decide which one to start with. We started with the larger one, the intact male pig there. That's tag 35. There, that's that same Rocco boar that we talked about. Their mother is a main drag. The smaller, the one that's castrated, is tag 97. Again, Leto over the last several years has had as many red ones that have garnished banners as any of them. Again, pigs that are feedable. Pigs that have the right kind of maturity pattern. Just ask Ty, and he's going to tell you the winners from him need to be built like this. They need to be long out of their hip and long about their front end. If you're going to have winners in the red show arena, they better be immature, and these guys are that, and yet still at the same time, they're wide and good on their corners when they leave you big and square about their chest floor. Glad Ty was able to make the trip down this time. Go visit with him in the back about a pair of really nice red ones. Tag 35 is the boar pig. That's the lead off, and tag 97 is the castrated male. High Point is next, and we've got a pair of them here from High Point out of the Beast Mode boar. Beast Mode next intention. They're a pair of litter mates there, and I hope that Brent's able to make it, but if not, talk to the guys here. It doesn't matter. Those guys have obviously been around for many, many years and generations. Everybody ringside here, maybe online, knows that's the first job I had out of college. I always tell Brent I don't know whether to thank him or to be mad about him, but he's kind of set the pace for the rest of the time. There's one thing about it for sure. There's nobody more focused, nobody more passionate, and nobody more committed than Brent Bolin. He called me about a year ago there and said that he was coming back and he would be back quickly. And this pair, they're back. And I don't know whether you talk about them being boars. I don't know whether you talk about them being barras. A pair of litter mates, again, out of the Beast Mode board, tags 19 and tag 83. Pick your poison as they go. They are both stout, dense, wide, bold, hairy. They've got bendy back legs. Their arm shape is right. They're not the biggest in terms of their weight, size, and kind, but look like the right kind to win. These are awesome. Whether you decide boars to advance your program, put in a boar stud, make the next generation better, or just a show bear you want to win with there. Again, I know that Brent's got to be proud of these here. I know the crew has worked really hard. If you really want to know the true story, call Tom at home. But I love this pair right here. 19 and 83, High Point Genetics. Ogle Genetics, Brandon Ogle is in next. We just got a pair this time, and we'll start with this blue tag 11, the more true belted one here. Tag 11 is out of Wild Ride. We've talked about that a couple times there, back on a Soul Sow. That dam is a Soul Rockstar, never before Grand Dam is in-game sister, and so greatly richly bred kind of pig there. Looks like his pedigree to me. Stout about his skull and his rear leg, but so neat about his neck. Head shape there. I thought this one is probably as wide pinned, as good in his upper hip as any of them that we saw enter the ring there, and just has a feeding look about him. Again, he's not too chubby or too advanced, just looks like one of those that can flesh and be a great feeding one there. Seems like Ogle always brings out these ones that have design like this and end up finding the backdrop and top end of the classes and banners there to come. The one that is just a little bit further along from a rib shape perspective is that one with the dot in his belt. He is tagged 76. He's out of Past the Hat, which is the board that sired the grand champion at OIE last time. This one's mother is Real Talk, which obviously was the board that he sold at Kings there a couple times ago there. The Grand Dam is a tricked out sow bred by a Cobb, shown by the Hendrickson family, where she was champion cross at the 22 National Junior Swine Spectacular. Again, that one is tagged 76, round rib, proportional and balanced. Again, have that same feeding look that Ogles always tend to have. Tag 76. The lead off out of Wild Ride is tag 11. Team Sloan is in next. Troy and crew always brings us some of the highest quality pigs there, and very much like several of the consigners and the ones that are mainstays at the King of the Hill. We're excited about seeing their pigs at the sale offering, but more so than anything, they get as many banners and demand attention of all judges, no matter what size and type and things that go around. I know Troy is proud of this set there. Let's start with 74 there. The young lady in the purple short has there. That one's out of the boar called Buffalo Trace, and there's been several pigs there. I didn't know much about that boar when the season started, but pigs that look like they'll just flat feed. I know Troy likes that pig. I think the word mug gets thrown around too much. That one has one stout mug, a big rib, and great running gear. His mother is a never-before juggernaut. The mom is Pats the Hat's aunt. He's also the mother of the 5th overall heavyweight gilt at the Expo this summer. Again, that's tag 74. Young lady there in the ripped jeans has tag 112, and 112 here would be out of All Out. Obviously, we've talked about All Out, the mullet boar there that's at premium blend, back on a no stranger, never before sow. Take note, we're going to talk about his littermate brother. Tag 112's littermate brother is actually the lead off. Take them how you want. I know Troy absolutely chose no mention in terms of sale order there. We started off the sale season there at his farm with Top Shelf. He said it don't matter. They're going to buy them the way they like them, put them in line. This one is tag 112. I'd say look into that third round for a very good feeding one there. Tag 74 is the Buffalo Trace sired pig there, again on the far side. We continue with the Team Sloan offerings here. This is going to be tag 75. Tag 75, white. I guess he's got a couple blue dots there above his right eye, but easily managed. It's a long way from the socket, and this one needs to be a Yorkshire classified one, not because of quality, just because it looks like he could win. He's out All Out, and I don't know how many solid white All Out pigs are going to be, but I can't say that there's going to be just a whole bunch of them. This All Out sired pig is out of a major league sow. This dam is a first litter gilt. She won several jackpots in Oklahoma, and is a mate to the boar called Stamp at Upper Hand. And I tell you what, again, talked about different sale orders. If I would have been Troy, which I don't want to be him or don't want to emulate him, but this would have been my leadoff pig. I love this white pig right here. Again, he is tagged 75 out of All Out there. Decide where you want to go and decide where you want to win. Really good Yorkshire classifying one. Again, Team Sloan. Sloans will continue to roll out here as we kind of get the next one in the ring. We'll have the lead off. That's tag 10. We saw his littermate brother earlier, again out of All Out. And this one, again, no stranger, never before sow. Mom's first litter sold in April. Very good money. We'll show this fall. Grandma's our very best never before sows. Also the mother of Play to Win. And if you saw that littermate, you see All Outs as you go. This is one very, very dense mate. All Out kind of a pig there. I guess of the ones that I've seen, they probably look like ones that need to continue to come in terms of a rib body, forerib, and chest, and this one's already got that. He's still so stout about his head, and the reason that boar was so popular this last winter is they just had a different look about him. I think this leadoff from Sloan has that different look. He is so stout and so powerful and still functions extremely well. Again, tag 10 would be the leadoff. The next one there, the loud-colored, black-headed, loud mark painted up one is tag 11. That one is out of Glory Days. We all know Glory Days pedigree and that one's history there. Very feedable kind of a pigs there that's done just such an awesome job. This one would be of a tricked-out juggernaut sow. Grandma's the same grandma as Past Pass the Hat that we talked about that sired the Grand at OIE. Her litter that sold at Top Shelf in April will show this fall and looks very promising. This is the pig there that kind of got filled up since that initial preview, kind of gathered up himself and then got at a comfort level together. Not only is he loud marked, but he's got a great quality and presence about him. That one looks very good to me once he gets here in the preview ring there. That's tag 11 out of Glory Days. Again, the leadoff is tag 10 out of All Out. 111. 111 is the chromed up one. Final consigner is as we come in here, and we've got Crossroads Genetics, Adam Beck and family, and we're fixing to see an awesome way to end. I know the preview has lasted a little longer. We expect them to kind of go. I hope I didn't get just too long-winded, but obviously this is the recorded preview for you guys at home. Is also in attendance tomorrow's afternoon preview. We'll go quite a bit quicker than today there, but I think this set of pigs definitely deserves some time, not only discussion, but more so for your evaluation there. As we've done a couple times, girls first. That's tag 53 there in the ring. Yellow tag 53 is a 50-liter gilt there out of Burst, back on a Big Bang. The pedigree reads Burst, Big Bang, Double Down. The Dam raised a class-winning gilt at the 24 Indiana State Fair. Grand Dam was third overall gilt. Champion Duroc gilt at Breeders' Cup in 22. She was also the fifth overall gilt and champion Duroc gilt at the 22 NGSA Southeast Regional. When you see this set of red ones, and when you think about Adam Beck's family, Crossroads Genetics, the ability to latch on one with quality of this red one is doesn't always come along too, doesn't need to be taken lightly, and I think you need to latch in very, very quickly on that one. The male pig in the ring right here is tag 73. That is also a 50-liter, so a mate to the gilt. There, Burst, Big Bang, we've talked about that one. That one looks more like a barra, looks more like a boar comparatively to the gilt. Stout, wide, and burly and dense, and it seems like the Beck red ones always seem to function extremely there, good from behind. I love his transition points and the way that he balances as he comes in here. Everything's in check, checks a lot of boxes. That's tag 73. The litter mate gilt is tag 53. As we run our final two in here, we conclude here again, Crossroads Genetics, and we'll just bring in one. We'll bring in one right here. We've got tag number 9. This is the leadoff male pig here, and again, an absolutely phenomenal individual, regardless of color, breed, size, or where we sit, at what pig sale or what show we go to here. This is tag number 9. Crossroad Genetics leadoff. He's a Burst on a Hero sow. This is a great litter of pigs. The littermate's sister sold it established. She brought 22,000. Littermate male pig was also the leadoff at established. That one brought 8,500. This one might be the best one. The Hero Dam was the champion Duroc gilt at the 2022 Dallas State Fair. And again, take it for what it's worth. Don't matter. It's not worth a whole lot there. But this might be truly my absolute favorite pig. I've already texted a few people that. I had one at Kings, one I liked. We've got one at Kings 2. I've never had a lot of, I guess, a history on red boars, but if that one can't be a boar, but if that one can't win, not just red ones, but shows, I don't know what we're looking at. That's tag 9, Adam Beck, Crossroads Genetics there. A phenomenal individual, like we just said. Okay, that'll conclude it here. I don't know if we got Mark close enough here to make some final comments. Again, long preview, awesome set of pigs there, positioned for lots of different shows and windows. I hope you guys online could kind of see them. Reach out to breeders or anybody there on the sale list, and we can answer questions. Another preview tomorrow. It'll go quicker than this. Here's Mark for some final comments. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Kelton. Again, good job. Just want to tell you tomorrow, 4 o'clock, we'll have a preview in the big ring. I already talked to Taylor. We're going to go over in the big ring. They seem to get a little sour out here, so we're going to go over there. We'll sell them here tomorrow night at 7. Glad to have you here again. Tomorrow we'll go back to the big ring at 4 o'clock for a quick run through, and then sell them here tomorrow night at 7. We got all of our State Fair first round pigs that are going in tomorrow. We'll give those guys a chance to get there, get unloaded, get fed, and then get back over here for the sale. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock.